Hello again. Today I'm joined by Shawn Peterson of Proagrica. Welcome, Shawn.
Welcome. Thank you.
Well, so we're getting toward the end of the second day of InfoAg here. In terms of some of the things that I've seen, it seems like there's a lot of partnerships going on, a lot of collaboration, people talking to each other, and trying to figure out ways to collaborate or ways to work together. And I don't know, what's been your impressions of the conference so far? What have you thought?
Yeah, I certainly would agree that a lot of good discussions going on around how do we collaborate and connect systems together to improve efficiencies for the market as a whole. I think one thing that has stuck out to me is that everybody knows that it's been a tough spring, and economics are going to be really important to the grower at the end of the day, and we're all going to have to be more efficient, and he's especially at the farm gate. You're going to have to explain to the grower how you can help them and utilize technology to do that. There's a ton of opportunity out there, and that's something I think that's stuck out to me as a big focus for the conference. Seems like it's on everybody's mind.
So, obviously, this has been one of the toughest springs, and with some of our research about we did with the PrecisionAg Institute, I can share is about 2/3 of the growers said it's probably the worst they've ever seen. Another 20% said it was about the worst or pretty close to the worst they've ever seen.
Yep.
So, what was it like for Proagrica going through this with retailers? I mean, what were your experiences in trying to help these folks through all this?
Yeah, I think it's the retailers are being asked by growers a lot of difficult questions around. Well, I've planted that field twice. Should I really plant it a third time or not? And they're looking at data and historical data around planting dates and yields and things like that, and trying to make decisions around. Well, okay, hey, I did plant this field 4 years ago this late, and I was able to still produce a good crop. There's also been a lot of scouting data that's led to finding out where they had so much more hail damage or something in another spot. There's been a lot of that. It's been a little scattered out throughout the Corn Belt, so that's another impact. So certainly some tough conversations and decisions to make, and data always helps them make those. Yeah,
it's interesting. I mentioned to a few folks, not today, but in recent weeks, it's difficult. It's probably one of the times when you absolutely don't want to bother with the data, when you just want to put it aside. But it being a historical year, it's almost more important to be able to get the data this year so you can measure it against other similar years down the road. And I assume that'll be an important thing for Proagrica to help to maintain that data and to use that kind of as a benchmark for the future.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the history repeats itself, and it teaches us a lot. So the more historical information that you have to look back on and compare year over year is always of huge value. A lot of times it's you kind of as a retailer, you're out there talking with a farmer, and I've been in that spot before, and you kind of forget, oh hey, we do have data we can rely on for this. And when you go back to that, it helps you kind of take some of the emotion out of it, and get down to a decision that's solid from a financial perspective as well.
Sure. So Proagrica, the conference here, what have you been talking to retailers about related to your products and services? What's of interest, and what new might we be seeing looking ahead in the months ahead?
Yeah. So we've obviously Cirrus, our flagship product, out in the market now. We've got a mobile application out there for in-field data collection, basically any kind of data that you wanted to collect in the field. We just recently, here a couple weeks ago, launched the web component, a web companion for Cirrus as well. We're really excited about that. A lot of the same data collection functionality, and working on adding in yield data into that, and a lot of fertility management workflows and crop planning. And so we've been talking a lot about that. And one of the things with the recent, with Proagrica that we have now is really strong integrations technology, and we're really excited about. We have historically lived in the precision ag space, and haven't been able to really. And I think as a market as a whole, precision ag has sat over to the side and hasn't been worked into the overall workflow of the business. So we've got the capabilities now to integrate with different ERPs out there, push geospatial recommendations into work orders, and move those into systems like Raven with AgSync and their acquisition, where they can create work orders out of there and manage their fleets, and then we can deal with bringing the data back, as well as moving information over into ERP systems for billing and things like that. It really reduces a lot of the duplicate data entry, allows our customers to get a single view of their customer, and gives them more insight into their business. So that's we're really looking at connecting the data that's from a subfield level all the way into business and transactional data, and providing our customers with analytics and insights around that workflow.
It's very interesting. Well, thanks for sharing the information today, Shawn. Appreciate you joining us.
You bet. Thanks. It's great to be here. Good conference as always.
Thank you. All right. That was great.